So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Farnius Kamara. I'm coming to you live and direct from the Centennial Pavilion in Monrovia on Ashburn Street, to be particular, where His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai will this morning, in a moment from now, arrive to sign the Book of Condolence for the reburial, which will begin the reburial process of His Excellency, the late slain President of Liberia, Samuel Kayando. And he will be joined by some government officials. This is the convoy of His Excellency now entering the pavilion, as you can see there. And we have the Chief of Protocol here and some government officials. The Minister of State with our portfolio is also present. We also have the other government officials here. And His Excellency will be welcomed by the Minister of State with our portfolio here at the Centennial Pavilion. That's new today. And you know, also as part of this reburial process, it's been requested by the government and agreed by the family that the late First Lady and her husband will be buried together. However, the slain president will be reburied as the president had suggested, that he wants a befitting burial for the fallen leader. That is Samuel Kayando. He was the 21st president of the Republic of Liberia. And activities leading to the reburial process begins now with the signing of the Book of Condolence. And then there are other processes that will lead, which will be done in Grand Jida. On Friday, the burial should be taking place. Now we can welcome His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai. President is descending his vehicle, and he is greeted by the general and then the Minister of State with our portfolio on economic ability. Journalists here present. And there you have His Excellency.
Push it a bit. Still signing. President Boakai has been around for ages now. So I've seen some of the past presidents who are now being dignified for the presidents and all kinds of President William R. Roberts.
And the signing process is still ongoing.
And former President Ellington since your leave.
His Excellency is signing. And as a leader of this nation, I thought it would be a good thing to have the fallen president honorably buried. And as promised, he is doing exactly that. And so he will begin the process, and then other government officials will then join to sign this Book of Condolence. And that officially begins the signing process today. As activities leading to the reburial of His Excellency, the fallen President of Liberia, and his wife, former First Lady, will also continue in Nigeria.
The Centennial Memorial Pavilion has been secured for this particular purpose and dressed up in the national colors, red, white, and blue. It appears the president is done now. The protocol officers will now go forth as advisors.
And the president will now greet the family members of the fallen leader, His Excellency. Now the Jinabos, Honorable Jinabo, former ambassador, is here. The daughter of the fallen leader, the brother, the children, the sons, and all the family members are also here seated. And His Excellency is, and that is Honorable Zopeno, and all the family members. His Excellency will then now retire to his seat, and there will be some moment of silence, and other government officials will also begin signing the Book of Condolence. Minister of Finance.
So currently signing is the Minister of Finance for Development Planning, Minister Augustine Dafuan, signing the Book of Condolence there.
And so the Minister of Finance, Honorable Dafuan, is now signing the Book of Condolence. And we also have here other government officials who may sign.
Minister of Justice also sits right by his Excellency the President.
Investment Commission Head, Minister of State for Special Services, Honorable Steve Tikwa, Minister of the Minister of Justice is here. Minister of Justice, Honorable Magdalena Cooper is here, and other senior government officials are also here. We have other members of the family seated. And His Excellency Joseph Boakai is an experienced government officials, having served in several governments and now President of the Republic of Liberia, thought it was a nice thing to give fallen leaders, the respect they deserve. And so His Excellency is doing the same to fallen President Boakai. The Minister of Justice will now sign, and that is after the Minister of Finance has just signed the Book of Condolences, and they've been ushered by the Chief of Protocol of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador Antoinette Wallo. And so if you're a lover of hymns and music, you can hear in the background some melodious Christian hymns have been played. And so we have given this place a very Christian atmosphere and a mourning atmosphere. So this begins a series of activities that will lead to the reburial process of the fallen leader and also the burial of the former First Lady. So wherever you're joining us from, if you're joining us from Zuluweske, that is Zweju City, the city of Grandjita County, or you're joining us from the epicenter of Liberia's politics, that is Monrovia, Montserrado, the county, and Monrovia, the capital city of Liberia, or wherever you're joining us from. We are at the Centennial Pavilion. It has been reserved for this purpose of the signing of the condolences for the reburial process of the fallen leader, Samuel Kayondo, the 21st President of the Republic of Liberia. And so we have series of government officials here. I can zoom in a little bit and you can have their faces. So we have some government officials here, senior and junior government officials. The Minister of Finance has just signed. We have now the Minister of Justice also just completed signing. the Minister of State with our portfolio, who is presently the acting Minister of State, Honorable Mama Kability, will also do her portion of the signing. And we have the Director of the Cabinet here. We also have the head of the Investments Commission and another Minister of State for Special Services, Honorable Steve Tikwa. And these are family members of, notable among them is the former ambassador, Honorable Ninabo, the daughter of Mr. Doe and the former First Lady, and other family members, sons and other family members here. They've just been greeted by His Excellency.
In the audience. So we have those in the audience here is
We have the Senator of Angela County here present also. Other family members are well seated. Veronica, Honorable Ninabo, the Doe family, extended and nuclear family are all represented here today in unity to aid their mother and also rebury their father, uncle and leader, Samuel Kayando. I'll now zoom into the image of the former president.
So this is it. So what
We have the arrival of the Senate Pro Tem and senators of the Honorable House of Senate, normally followed by the chair on.
We have the members of the legislature already here.
On foreign affairs, that is the Honorable Darius Belong,
Grand Bishop County Senator. Also
the Minister of Education is also here. Other senators are all here and present.
Riverside County Senator.
We have Riverside County Senator Honorable Smith, the Senator also of Pomi County.
Most of them are just alive. Yeah. Thank you. You see Senator Alex Tyler from Bomi County. Also see Honorable Darius Dillon, Montserrat County. Also see Senator Abochie. All right. And we see Senator Nimini Atikwa, and we also see Senator Daba Mabandi
came to sign the Book of Condolence.
There we see Senator Jala from Lofa County, Daba Mabandi from Cape Mount, and Abochie is from Grand County.
Saint Petersburg Highway on the right. Next to her is the Abochie, former Senate Pro Tem, and also next to Abochie is Darius Dillon. He's the chair on foreign affairs, and also next to
the legislature
is Prince Moy.
Here.
Next to Prince Moy is former Senate Pro Tem too, also Besam Gafini, and next to Besam Gafini is Yaya of Granjida County, and also next to Yaya is Alex Tyler of Bomi County, and then we have Daba Vabla from Grand Cayman County, and then behind is Jala from Luba County, and we have Tunde Adu, and also few lonely senators are here present to sign the Book of Condolence.
Who's signing that, sir? Pastor Jala, the Minister for Education, is now signing. We also just witnessed the arrival of the House of Senate, led by the Senate Pro Tempore. The Minister for Mines and Energy will now sign.
So does Nelson Minister Whitman Bay?
Whitman Bay.
Minister of Mines and Energy. So the person is sitting right there. There's somebody not going to say. Somebody not going to say. He's not your own side.
Minister of Post and Telecommunication will now also sign the Book of Condolence. And after that, we will have the Minister of Gender. The Minister of Gender will also now proceed to sign the Book of Condolence. Head of the General Services Agency, Honorable Galata will now sign following the signing of the Minister of Gender. Chef Bilko, the head of the National Investment Commission, is now signing. Oh gosh, man.
Você fala, menino. Falei pra ela ali. Chapo na lomba na cola lá embaixo. Kira aku kok fast masih kan.
the sport minister.
Please dress.
Are you big cow? Big cow income.
Gori, gentlemen, Gori.
I have you on.
Here towards dignifying our late leaders who did not have a fitting burial. Do we expect a symbolic representation of this president in Liberia? After all, we must have had the burial of fallen President someone who we rented a conference.
You know, special peace, reconciliation concerning the country, and we get another from the true president. Job, families, reconcile the country according to plan, we believe there's a need to bring it together. That's what we do.
Thank you, Mr. President.
A short interview there by the president. And a short interview there by His Excellency about the symbolic representation of these presidents. And he said we need to start with reconciliation and then that will follow. So we'll be bringing you a live feed from the Centennial Pavilion, where His Excellency has just signed a Book of Condolence for the reburial of fallen Liberian President, Boakai. And thank you for following. My name is Vani Eskamara, and I'll be bringing you a feed here from the Centennial Pavilion on Ashburn Street, Central Monrovia. Have a blessed day. See ya.